Dad said it's just a get-together. When I wasn't invited to my brother's engagement party, so I took off on a solo trip instead. Hours later, my whole family was calling, crying when I asked why everyone was acting strange that weekend. Phones are silent, messages left to read. My parents always had something to say, yet suddenly they had nothing. The whole thing felt rehearsed, like they had a script and forgot I wasn't part of the scene. Normally, my brother Mark would call me about everything, even if it was something dumb, like asking which cologne didn't make him smell like a mall kiosk. But that weekend, silence. I tried calling him twice and both went straight to voicemail. That was the first red flag. The second was when Mom replied with, "We'll talk later," which is her way of saying, "You don't need to know." And the third, a tiny notification from Instagram. My cousin had posted a story. I almost ignored it until I caught a glimpse of fairy light. I tapped it open and my chest tightened. There it was, a full engagement setup, a decorated arch, white balloons, tables of food, and a huge banner that said, "Will you marry me?" Front and center was Mark, kneeling with a ring, surrounded by my entire family, cheering, clapping, recording videos. I stared at the screen, not blinking. I even replayed it twice just to see if maybe somehow I was in the background. I wasn't. I confronted Dad and he still doubled down with, "It's nothing big, don't make an issue." That was it. The switch flipped. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I simply decided I was done being the afterthought. I packed a backpack, grabbed my keys, and left for a quiet lakeside town 2 hours away. The drive felt freeing. No noise, no demands, just breathing space. The Airbnb was small, but it had a balcony with a perfect view of the lake. I spent the day hiking a quiet trail, listening to the water hit the rocks, eating cheap pepperoni pizza by myself, and feeling something I hadn't felt in years: peace. As the sun set, my phone lit up. One missed call, then 3, then 10. Within minutes, it started vibrating nonstop like it was possessed. Dad, Mom, Mark, aunts, cousins, people who barely remembered my birthday suddenly remembered my number. I ignored it at first. Part of me thought they wanted to scold me for not showing up to the event I wasn't invited to. But then Mom texted, "Please pick up, it's serious, something happened." My heart dropped. I called back. Mom was sobbing so hard she could barely speak. "Mark, he's hurt," she choked out. "A car hit him after the proposal. He saved a little boy, but he got thrown into the street." I felt cold all over. They said he'd been asking for me. The brother who didn't invite me, didn't call me, didn't think I mattered at his biggest moment, suddenly needed me now. I drove back slowly, thinking about every time I'd been forgotten, skipped, brushed aside, thinking about how they remembered me only when everything went wrong. When I walked into the hospital room, the entire family stared like they didn't expect me to actually show up. Mark looked pale, hooked to monitors, bandaged and bruised. When he saw me, his eyes filled with guilt. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I should have told you, you should have been there." I took his hand gently and said the truth, the one no one else wanted to say. "Yeah, you should have." Silence, heavy, uncomfortable, real. For the first time, they all felt the sting of being left out, the same sting they gave me for years, and they knew there was no excuse, no fixing it with family as family. Sometimes karma doesn't shout. It played people into doing such things like